Do you remember when you were in high school and your mom and your dad, they were like, oh, you know, don't hang out with so and so. He's a bad influence. Or, oh, I love her. She's such a good influence on you. And you just remember saying, well, I'm my own person. I can make my own decisions, etc., etc. Well, the truth is, who you surround yourself with, the community you spend the most time with, the friends that you invest time with, your significant relationships, your loved ones, whoever you spend the most time with, their behavior and their choices actually do influence you and your decisions that you make. And therefore, they can have a major effect on your overall health and well being. Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda, and this is Freely Shine with Dr. Amanda, where every single Friday we spend some time together talking about health related topics, overall, trying to improve our health and wellness together. Thanks for joining me today on today's topic, which is all about how our friends and the ones closest to us can affect our health. Let's get into it. Why do the people that we surround ourselves with have such an impact on our health? Well, the reason that they have such an impact is because we have these neurons in our brain called mirror neurons, which are really, really fascinating. And they've done some really cool studies to show how those mirror neurons fire when we observe different behaviors or activities. Mirror neurons work like this. So imagine you're that cute little monkey sitting in a tree. What happens is, say you observe and you see out of the corner of your eye someone playing soccer. Well, when you're observing that action, the neurons in your brain start to fire. Yes, those mirror neurons, they see that activity and they fire as a result. And now, if you were that same monkey and you were to then play soccer yourself, those same neurons that fired when you observed the action would start to fire as well, creating a strength in that cascade of wiring in your brain for that activity of playing soccer. So then the more you observe someone playing soccer, the more that wiring happens in your brain, and then the more you play soccer, that wiring gets stronger and stronger. And this is also part of the reason why practice makes perfect is a thing, because neurons that fire together wire together. So the more activity that you do and the more time you observe an activity, you create a strength in that signal, which then actually increases your ability to do an activity or to perform a behavior. And these mirror neurons are actually the same things that are why if you are watching a movie and an actress starts crying, why you yourself are going to become emotional and maybe more prone to crying, because you're observing someone having a certain emotion and it triggers that emotional cascade through our mirror neurons. Now then the question becomes, how do these mirror neurons connect to our relationships and therefore connect to our health? Well, what happens is the people that we surround ourselves with the most, we are witnessing their behaviors, we are witnessing their actions, we are witnessing their emotions, and that creates a wiring in our brain via these mirror neurons, making us more likely to perform those same actions and those same behaviors. And then so say I have a friend who's like really, really negative and always down all the time. That's going to signal my mirror neurons. And then anytime I'm negative or down, that's going to re-signal those same neurons and strengthen that cascade and strengthen that wiring in my brain, making me more prone to have those negative thoughts or those depression type tendencies. Which is why if we surround ourselves with more negative people, in reality, eventually over time, that may affect our overall emotional outlook. We all tend to have those friends that you spend time with and they're just emotionally draining, and maybe they're negative, maybe they are always glass half empty type of person, and you can feel it viscerally when you're around them, how it affects your energy as well. So the reason that this is so significant is because it's not only going to affect maybe our emotional energy, but it will also affect the behaviors and the choices that we make in our day-to-day life. This is why when it comes to a lot of diseases, when people think that there's a huge genetic component, well, the majority of chronic disease is not genetically biased. Yes, there are some genes that may predispose you to having certain diseases like heart disease or diabetes or cancers. However, it's our actions that trigger the expression of these genes. And a lot of times, these actions or these behaviors, lifestyle choices, we inherit from our family members. Say, for example, we grow up eating a certain way and expecting to have a certain type of lifestyle, or we observe our parents, maybe they have a sedentary lifestyle, they're always sitting, they never exercise. That's going to predispose that individual that's observing that behavior, that child, to actually having the same type of lifestyle choices later in life. So when we understand that, it's really important because then we can really take control of our choices and take control of our actions when we know that what we're surrounding ourselves with, what we're seeing, is going to impact our choices so drastically. Why do our choices matter in terms of our health? Well, it's pretty interesting because Dr. Ralph Keeney, he's a professor from Duke University, and he did an analysis of the research to determine that the leading cause of death is actually poorly made choices or poorly made decisions, which, okay, initially when you hear that, you're like, well, that's not true. The leading cause of death is heart disease and then cancer. Well, yes, that's true. However, the majority of those chronic diseases like heart disease or cancer that lead to death are actually the result of our lifestyle choices. Now, this does not mean that we are playing the blame game on any individual who died of cancer. It doesn't make it any less awful for whoever has to go through that. However, it can be really helpful for us because it gives us a little bit of hope and empowerment that just because we had a family member or a loved one who experienced a disease, there may be some things that we can do to prevent that from happening and to empower us to make better choices, because a lot of times those individuals, maybe the choices they made, they didn't know any better, right? So having poorly made choices, well, does it really count if they were never educated on knowing that there was another option, right? Which is why this teaching, education, empowering people to live healthier is so important, because if you don't know that there's another option, then can you really say that it's a choice, right? Before we get back to it, I just wanted to pause and say thank you for getting to this point in the video. That's awesome. You're a rock star. Thanks for hanging in there. And I really wanted to be transparent and open with why I'm doing this, why I am going outside my comfort zone and creating these videos. Well, my hope is that I want to create a community of individuals who are vibrant, empowered, and shining from inside out, because really we live in a world that is constantly trying to tell us that we need XYZ external thing. We need more drugs, we need more surgery, we need more special supplements or elixirs to be healthier. And I really want to encourage you to realize that you have everything within yourself to be the most vibrant version of you possible. And the best doctor in the world is not me, it's not your PCP, it's not that famous world-renowned surgeon. The best doctor in the world is you. And if we can create a community of healthy, vibrant humans, can you just imagine the world that we would live in? So this is my mission, and if you are on board and you want to become part of the Shine community, then please feel free to subscribe, comment, like, do whatever you can to help me help others and help this video reach more people, and so that we can create a stronger community together. So if you want to hit that like button and comment, and let me know too in the comments below if there's other topics that you're interested in me talking more about or expanding upon, and I will be happy to do that in future videos. Okay, let's get back to it. So, are your friends making you sick? Well, depending on who you surround yourself with, that statement may be true. If you surround yourself with people that are, not supportive, have negative energy, are not encouraging of you of any of your health or wellness goals, or maybe the types of individuals where you're trying to do a certain change, whether it's a fitness goal or a nutrition change, whatever it may be, and they're like, oh, well, here, I made you cupcakes, and they're constantly trying to pull you in the other direction or pull you down with them sometimes. So if that's the case, if you have people like that in your life, it can be very difficult to create that separation, to create that space, so that you know that you can make the decisions that are the best for you and for your body. Now, just like your friends can make you sick, they can also make you well, and they can make you healthy. Surrounding yourself with people that have already met the goals or who are doing the things that you want to be doing as well can help encourage you and help rewire your brain so that you're more likely to make those same behavioral choices. So for example, say you're not a morning person, but you want to be a morning person. Finding a friend that is a morning person who's already doing it and witnessing their behaviors, and then encouraging you to do the same thing as well. So say every day they go to the gym at 5 a.m., whatever it may be. Well, if that's you, if that's what you want to do, but you're just not a morning person, well, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, you try to push yourself to at least join them. So you're witnessing what they're doing every day, and that's going to help train your brain that, oh yeah, I'm a morning person too. Just like my friend Judy over there, I'm a morning person too. So over time, again, this can strengthen your health because our friends and their choices can drastically affect our choices and our behaviors that affect our health. What's my point? My point is who you surround yourself with matters. And whether it's a friend, a colleague, a loved one, a family member, they can affect your health either positively, that's the word, or negatively. So making sure you're being conscious about the people closest to you in your life is going to be extremely effective. And it also is pretty cool because it makes things like YouTube or Instagram, the people you follow, try to follow people that are doing things that you want to be doing, because that's going to fire those mirror neurons the same way as if you're observing them in real life. So I'm so glad you're here with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad you made it to this point in the video. If you want to check out some of my other videos, feel free to check out my channel. And I really look forward to getting to share more with you in the future. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So have a great day and shine on. Oh yeah.